Yay! Good evening, everyone, and welcome back to my virtual streaming, our live stream, our online tutorial. Good evening. Yes, and tonight for our maths lesson, we will have graphing linear inequalities, and for science, we will be doing gas laws. All right, so I hope that you will be able to learn something new tonight, and as well as be able to join me later for our uh, games, which will be surprises. Games will be about the 24 card game, and I hope that you would be able to join later as well. Okay, so please do stick around, stand by as we do our live streaming tutorial for tonight. So we will start with maths, which is on graphing linear inequalities in two variables, and then followed by science, which is on gas laws. Okay, so we will start. So when we talked about graphing linear inequalities in two variables, like for example the expression that you have here, which is x plus 2y, okay, this one, x plus 2y, let me write it back, x plus 2y less than or equal to 8, and 3x minus y greater than 6. Now just a quick recap of what we have learned before about inequalities. When we talked about inequalities, we have these different signs. We have greater than or equal to. We have less than or equal to. Okay, so please do take note that when we read from left to right, correct? So when we do inequalities as well, wherever the opening is, that will be the greater value. So greater than, and then you have your less than. So expressions of this type of inequality. Hi, pagdayog pagsimba. I think this is Matthew. Hi, Matthew. Welcome to my live stream. Okay. Hi, Ambery. Good at maths. Yes, we're starting with maths. So when we do inequalities in two variables, please do take note that it is just the linear equation being converted to an inequality. So here, the only difference is that in a linear equation, the solution is only one value of x and one value of y. However, for linear inequality in two variables, the solution will be whatever it makes the inequality true. Good evening. So whatever that makes the inequality true will be your solution. That means that it's a region. That means there could be more than one solution. So for example, let's go back to our example, x plus 2y less than or equal to 8. So how do we know what is the solution, or what are the solution set for x plus 2y less than or equal to 8? So the first thing that you have to do is, I'll show it to you later. The first thing is find the equal or the equation for this. So x plus 2y less than or equal to 8. You find the solution or the equation of the line. You draw the line, which is this one. That's the line. And then the shaded region here, if you would notice, the blue part here is actually the solution set for your inequality. So it's not just one value, it can be more than one. Okay, so that is for your linear inequality. So if we have inequalities, the same as how we did with linear inequalities, like the number line, when we do linear inequality, if the sign of your inequality is less than or equal to, greater than, or equal to, the boundary line, if you would notice, would be solid line. Okay, so the boundary line is solid. So that means that all the points in that line together with the shaded are the solution sets. So the boundary line of your solution is solid. That means that is part of the solution set, or that will make the inequality true, because the reason being why it's a solid line, it's because of the equal sign that is under the inequality. What I mean is, there is an equal sign, the half of the equal sign under the inequality. So this means that's less than. Hi Maha Blanca, this means that this is less than or equal to, or this is greater than or equal to. So if you have an inequality with these two inequality signs, that means that your boundary line, we call the equation the boundary line. When we talked about boundary line, that is the line where all the solutions would be ending. So all the shaded part until where the solid or the dashed line would be is where your solutions should be. That means everything there would make your inequality true. So for example, this one, 3x minus y, okay, greater than 2, or 3x minus y less than 2, that means that all the solutions that are shaded and the boundary line would make the solution correct. All right, so I hope that I'm able to explain that clearly. So if you have the inequality sign less than or greater than, the boundary line will be dotted. Oh, that's nice, Ambery. Coincidence? I hope that you will be able to understand it. Yes, so I was talking that the boundary line is dotted or it's a dash. So that means that when it is dotted or a dash, that means it's not part of the solution. Okay, so for example, let's say x plus y less than 2, right? So let's say, for example, I have 1 and 1. Okay, let's say this one, 1 and 1. So x is 1, y is 1, less than 2. But 1 and 1 is not less than 2, correct? 2 is not less than 2. 2 is equal to 2. So that means your solution 1 and 1 cannot be part of the hydroxine. That means that your solution 1x and 1y cannot be part of the dotted line. Do you understand? So it couldn't be part of the solution set. All right, because 2 is not less than 2. So that is what we meant by that one. I'll explain it further with some examples. So for example, you have 2x minus 3y less than or equal to 18. Again, it's 2x minus 3y less than or equal to 18. So the first step that you have to do is identify the linear equation first. Okay, that means that you have to find first the linear equation. So 2x minus 3y less than or equal to 18, the first thing that you have to do is you graph. Okay, that's the first step. Identify first the linear equation, or you graph the linear equation by simply removing the inequality sign and substituting it with equal sign. So 2x minus 3y, change this first to equal to 18. And we know that for you to be able to draw a line must contain minimum of 2 points or more. So all we have to do is, the easiest way to solve this or identify the line is using the point intercept. Okay, the point intercept, the x-intercept and the y-intercept. So if x is 0, okay, if x is 0, that means all we need to do is substitute x with 0. So you have 2 times 0, y. Yes, it's broken. Yes, yes, Ambry. Let me just go back. Okay, I hope this would help. If the line is, if the inequality, sorry, not the line, if the inequality is less than or equal or greater than or equal, this two, it's a solid. Okay, it's a solid line. But if your, sorry, inequality, not line, if your inequality is using less than or greater than, it's a broken line or dotted lines. So if you have, let me just do your equation given. So if you have y greater than 3, so first step is to find the line first, the equation. So that's actually y equals 3, correct? So from your graph, locate y, which is 3, that is 3. And since the inequality is greater than, then you have to do, or you have to draw a broken line. That means that 3 is not part of your solution, because 3 is not greater than 3, right? It is equal to. So it's a broken line. That means all the parts where it's broken is not a part of a solution. So since it says y greater than 3, that means what are the numbers greater than 3? 4 is greater than 3. 5 is greater than 3. 6 is greater than 3. Therefore, your solution, then you shade the upper part. Okay, that is the solution. Oh, okay, yeah. So if it's okay. So if you have, let's say for example, y is greater than or equal to 3. So you locate, first is, again, you draw your line, which is y equals 3. Locate y equals 3. Draw a solid line because of this, sorry, because of the equal sign. That means if you think about it, 3 is actually greater than or equal. So 3 is actually equal to 3. That's because of this equal sign below it. So 3 is actually equal to 3. That means all the points here are part of your solution, and everything that is greater than 3. So you shade everything on top. Okay? Ambery, I hope that I was able to answer your question. Alright, so I'll give you more example. So again, let's say for example, we have 2x minus, will not change. Yes, no. First step in graphing linear inequality is that when you have an inequality given, graph the equation, the line, the linear equation. So I'll use this as an example. So let's say for example this one, right? 2x minus 3y less than or equal to 18. So the first step is draw the line. So 2x minus 3y equal to 18. You draw equal to 18 first. So for you to be able to draw it or graph it, it's easier when you use the point intercept, the y-intercept and the x-intercept. How would you know the x and the y-intercept? Just substitute. So if x is 0, so 2 times, if x is 0 times 0, you have minus 3y equals 18. Y here would be equal to negative 6, right? And then if you have, if y is 0, so 2x minus 3 times y, which is 0, equals 18. Therefore, x here is 9. So the 2 points that you need, easier for you to graph, is just substitute it with x0 and y0. So for this case, the point here will be when x is 0, y is negative 6, and when y is 0, y is 9. So on your graph, so the next step, so first step is find first at least 2 points of your line. So make it equal to. So the next step is to graph it. So I'll just sketch it, okay? So I need x negative 6. Oh, sorry, x9, not negative 6. x9 and y negative 6. All right? So if my x is 0, my y is negative 6, so it's here. And then if y is 0, my x is 9, so it's here. And then you draw the line. Sorry, it's crooked. Now, if you would notice, my line is solid. Okay? My line here that has been drawn for you is a solid line. Why is it solid? Because of the inequality given, which is less than or equal to. So it is a solid line. So the first step is find the equation, the line. The second step is to sketch the line or to graph it. Then you have to identify whether it's a solid or broken line, so or dotted line. So then how would you know if it is a solid or a dotted line? You look at the inequality given. If the inequality is using the greater than or equal, less than or equal, then it's a solid line. But if it's using the greater than or less than only, then it's a dotted line. So for this case, it says that 2x minus 3y is less than or equal to. So it's a solid line. All right, so that's the second step. Again, first step is find the equation of the line. Second step is to graph your line. And then the third step is to shade. Now, in shading, the solution of your inequality is half of your line, half of your plane. It's either the top part or the bottom part where your line or the boundary line is. So it's either you shade the top part or the opposite part of your line. So how would you know where to shade? The best test point, okay, the best test point that you can, I would recommend you use 0, 0. This test point, you use 0, 0 as your test point. When we say test point, that's the point where you substitute back to your inequality to test whether the inequality is correct. So test point is 0, 0. So again, you substitute. So we have 2 times 0 minus 3 times 0, right? 3 times 0. So my x and y is 0, 0. Is 0 less than or equal to 18? Is 0 less than or equal to, hi Punini? Okay, so this is your test point. So you check whether is 0 less than or equal to 18. It is indeed less than 18, correct? So since it's less than 18, therefore you shade the side where the 0, 0 is, because that will make your inequality correct. So you shade the side where 0, 0 is. Okay? Got it? Should I make my line just straight, but the line will not change? It's not gonna change. It will be a straight line. Okay? Let's have another example so that you would be able to okay, let's try another one. The example given, graph the solution set for x minus y greater than 2. Okay, so it says x minus y greater than 2. So it says x, welcome Ambry, so x minus y greater than 2. So the first step that you have to do is graph the line first. How will you graph the line? By finding the 2-point intercepts, the x and the y intercept. X minus y greater than 2. And then what you need to do is, if x is 0, okay, you make it equal, or the line. Oh, sorry. So you have, let me just make it smaller. So x minus y greater than 2. When x is 0, y would be, what will be y? Y will be, why am I using inequality again? When x is 0, y would be negative 2, right? Hi, Kaini. Come on, Kaini. Okay, so when x is 0, y is negative 2. And then you substitute x. When y is 0, you substitute, okay, when y is 0, x is 2, right? So I'm only substituting 0 for x and 0 for y, so that I'll get the y and the x intercept. That's the only thing that you need, okay? So here, when x is 0, y is negative 2. When y is 0, x is 2. Alright? Again, for you to be able to draw a line, you only need at least 2 points. That's the only thing that you need. So the easiest way is to find the point intercept, the x and the y intercept. So then you can graph it. I'll graph it here. All I need to do is negative 2 on my y and 2 on my x. Okay? So negative 2 on my y and 2 on my x. And then you check what is the inequality given. The inequality given is x minus y greater than 2. So since there's no equal on the bottom part, it's x minus y greater than 2. Alright? Since there's no line equal to, it's not the equal to inequality. So therefore, when you graph this, it should be broken. Okay? Broken line. So broken line, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh, why am I counting the broken lines? So you have a broken line. That's the second step. Again, first step is draw or find at least 2 points of your equation or your line. The next step is to graph it. Okay, and then the third step is to use a test point. Again, as I have mentioned, the best test point that you can use is 0, 0, because it's easy to substitute. So substitute 0, 0 for your test point. If x is 0, minus 0 greater than 2. Is 0 greater than 2? Then you check, is 0 greater than 2? Which is not true, right? This is not true. 0 is not greater than 2. So that means that 0, 0, your test point, is not the solution. This is not the solution. So since 0, 0 is here, okay, this is where your 0, 0 is, which is our test point. It will not make the inequality true. Therefore, you shade the opposite side. Oh, thanks, Kaini. Okay, so since 0 is not greater than 2, so since 0, 0 is here, you shade the opposite. Alright, so again, 3 steps in graphing linear inequalities. First step is graph the line. That means that for you to be able to graph, you need only 2 points. So you use the point intercept x and y. And then the next step is check the inequality. Is the inequality with the equal sign below it? If it is greater than or equal or less than or equal, that means that it will be a solid line. But if it is greater than or less than only, it's a broken line or dotted line. Once you have dotted or broken your line or solid line that you have sketched your graph, the next step is to find which part of your plane you need to shade. Is it the top part or the bottom part? For you to be able to know which part of the plane to shade, you use a test point. Test point is a point from your graph that you would check or test your inequality whether it's true or not. So test point, the best test point that you can use is 0, 0. So substitute 0, 0. If it makes the inequality true, if it is true, like this one, if it is true, 0, here it's 0 less than 18, right? So since it's true, you shade that side. But if it is false like this, you don't shade it. You shade the opposite. Cool? I hope that you were able to understand. I think there's one more. Yeah, this is the last one. Okay? So for 2x minus y less than or equal to 8, graph the boundary line. And of course, shade the solution. So again, what's the first step? The first step is to graph the line, the boundary line. So for you to be able to graph the boundary line, first is you use the intercept points, x and the y intercept. So you have if 2 times, you have if x is 0, what will be your y? Minus y equals 8. I'm using equals 8 because I'm still graphing the linear equation, the line. So 2 times 0 is 0, so you have minus y equals 8. Therefore, y is negative 8 when x is 0. Okay, so when x is 0, y is negative 8. Now, what if my y is 0? So you have 2x minus, your y now is 0, equals 8. So 2x equals 8, therefore x is 4. Alright, x is 4. So that means that if x is 0, my y is negative 8. And if my y is 0, my x is 4. So these are the 2 points that you need for you to be able to graph. So graphing it, you locate negative 8 in your y-axis. That's negative 8. I'm sketching it because I don't have enough space. And x is 4. Okay, so this is your y and this is your x. And then the next step is to check the inequality. What is the inequality given? The inequality given is 2x minus y less than or equal to 8. So since the inequality is less than or equal to, then that means that it has to be a solid line. Okay, sorry for the crooked line. I'm using a freehand drawing. So it is a solid line. So once you draw the solid line, the next or the last step is, the third step is to do a test point. Okay, you find a test point. Again, the best test point that you can use is 0, 0. All right, so you use 0, 0 is 2 times 0 minus 0 less than 8. Is 0 less than 8? Is it less than 8? Is 0 less than or equal to 8? Yes, right? It is a yes. Yes, 0 is less than 8. That means that 0 is part of the solution. That means that you have to shade everything where 0, 0 is. That's where you shade it. Okay? I hope that you are able to understand. So I think that's the last question. Yes, that's the last question. So we will be on Q&A for maths. Again, there are inequality. You have for 2 variables, you have greater than or equal to, less than or equal to, and then you have just a recap, greater than or less than. If it is greater than or less equal to, that means your line is solid. solid line. And then if it is just greater than or less than, this is broken or dotted line. Broken line. So solid line and then dotted line. And then the steps for you to be able to do it is, first is you graph your line. Graph your line. The best is to use your y and x intercept. So if x is 0, you have a y. And if y is 0, you have an, if y is 0, you have an x. Yes, Mathea. You have, if y is 0, you have an x. If y is 0, you have an x. Oh, you do, that's the, okay. Second is to identify whether it's broken. And then third is the test point. Test point, you use 0, 0. Okay, Mathea, you shade it by using the test point. Okay, let me go back. All right. So here, I think this is -8 and 4. Okay, let me just clear it out. Okay. So to graph this, graphing this, you have -8 and 4, right? So you have, since it's a solid line, a 2x minus y. So 2x minus y less than or equal to 8. So you use the test point, as mentioned. Use a test point. Test from the word test, meaning we will test the point whether it will make the inequality true. Okay, we will try to make the inequality true. So all you need to do is substitute x and y with the test point. So our x here is 0. Our y is 0. So 2 times 0 is 0, minus 0 is 0. Is 0 less than or equal to 8? Is 0 less than 8? Is it yes or no? Please type your answer, yes or no. 0 is 0 less than 8. So the way for you to shade, or which part of the plane would you shade, is it's either on top or below. So for you to be able to know which part of the plane to shade, you have to get a test point, and the easiest test point is 0, 0. So is 0 less than 8? Is it, Mathea? Is 0 less than 8? Is it a yes? Yes, right? So since it is a yes, it's a big yes. Yes, 0 is less than 8. It's a big yes. Yes, so since it is yes, that means that everything where 0, 0 is as your test point will make the inequality true. So you shade everything here. Hi, Eteniram. Let me guess, your name is Marinette. Okay, so if it is a yes, you shade that side. If it is a no, you shade the opposite. Okay, so if it is a yes, you shade that side where 0, 0 is. If it is a no, you shade the opposite. So how do we know it? Like this one. Okay, let me redraw this for you to understand. Okay, so you have 2, if x is 0, y is -2, and then you have 2. And when you draw this, since the given is x minus y greater than 2, there's no equal sign below it. That means this is broken. Okay? Now, since you have already drawn your line, then you use the test point. Again, where is the test point? The test point is 0, 0. So you use the test point 0, 0. So 0 minus 0 greater than 2. Is 0 greater than 2? Yes, that's correct. It's the opposite side. Yes, if it doesn't answer the correct inequality, then you shade the opposite side. So for example, this one, x minus y greater than 2. So I have drawn it, I have graphed it, and it's broken because the inequality is just without the equal sign below. Okay, x minus y greater than 2. So there's no equal to, so it's broken. Then the next step is for you to test which part of the inequality, which part of the plane, is it on top or below it that makes it true. So the best way is just to point out one test point. Test point is 0, 0. So you make 0, 0 as your test point. You won't make a mistake as to where to shade. So 0, 0. Is 0 greater than 2? Is 0 greater than 2? If it is a no, no. 0 is not greater than 2. Therefore, since it's a no, I have to shade the opposite side where 0, 0 is not part of it. Okay? I hope that I'm able to explain it. Yes, Ambry, if it is incorrect, if the inequality is not true, you shade the opposite side. Like this one. So 0 is not greater than 2, therefore you shade the opposite. Okay? Any further question before we proceed with science? Oh! Okay? Are we good with maths? Any more question before we proceed with science? So only 3 steps. First step is to find the 2 points to graph, for you to graph it, and the best points to graph it is the point intercept, the x and the y intercept. And then once you have graphed it, once you have identified your x and your y intercept, you graph it. Check first the inequality sign. If the inequality is greater than or equal, less than or equal, it's a solid line. If it says greater than or less than, it's a broken line. And then the last step is for you to test the point. So test the point, test the inequality as to which part you will shade, whether it's on the other side, half of your line, or the other side, bottom part of your line. So the best test point that I would recommend you to check to use is 0, 0. So you just need to substitute it. Is 0 greater than a certain number? If it says yes, then you just say one. Okay, Kaini, you're welcome. So you shade the bot. Sorry, you shade the part where the inequality is a yes. Okay, if it is a no, all right. So if it's a yes, then you shade where 0, 0 is. So if that's your line, you shade it. Okay, but if it's a no, then you shade the opposite. All right, cool. So if there's no question, we proceed. You can still type your questions, but I'll proceed to science. If you have other equations that you would want me to show to you, I'll answer it after science. All right? Okay. Now for science, we have our gas law. So if you had your direct variation and indirect or your inverse variation in maths, oh, shout out to Maya. Hi, Maya. Hi, Maya. Please stop crying because Kaini cannot concentrate. Shout out to Kaini's cousin, Maya. Okay. All right, so gas laws, if you can recall direct and inverse variations for maths, that's actually being applied in gas law. So gas law is the application of direct variation, and inverse variation. So we all know, first is, let's identify the properties of your gases. We all know that gases has no definite shape, no definite volume, and it is compressible. That means that we will be working around pressure, temperature, and volume for gas because it doesn't have any definite shape, it doesn't have any definite volume, and it's compressible. Welcome, Onika. So pressure, when we talked about pressure, pressure is a force that has been exerted on a container by particles in a gas. So the units for pressure, we have kPa or kilopascal, and we have atm or atmospheric pressure, torr or Torricelli, not Thor the superhero, torr or your Torricelli, and then mmHg or your micrometer or millimeter, sorry, not micro, millimeter silver. Hg is silver. Okay, so when we say STP, that means it's standard pressure and temperature, standard temperature and pressure. So if we say at STP, we are talking about 0 degrees Celsius. And by the way, when you convert 0 degrees to Kelvin, you just need to add 273 so that you get Kelvin. Kelvin, by the way, is the standard temperature measurement because there is zero, absolute zero for Kelvin. So when we say 0 Kelvin, that means there's absolute or absence of the coldness or hotness. So absolute absence of temperature. Okay, and then we have your 101.3 kilopascal is equivalent to 1 atm or equal to 760 Torricelli or mmHg. All right, so the factors that are affecting our pressure, one is the amount of gas, so the number of moles, right? If there are a lot of molecules in your container, that means it will be affected. So increasing amount will also increase the pressure. And of course, like for example, our bicycle tires and car tires, so if there are more particles, more gas particles inside, it will increase the pressure. Okay, and then the other factor that affects pressure is temperature. So if you increase the temperature, of course the pressure would also be increased, and vice versa. So if you increase the temperature or increase the pressure, the other one would also increase. So example would be tires being deflated in winter. So since the temperature is decreasing, and so the pressure will also decrease, so it will be hard to inflate tires on winter, so it will deflate. Okay, so again, volume, the last factor that will affect pressure is volume. So if you decrease the volume, the pressure would increase. So that means as more pressure is being exerted in a container, the volume will also decrease. Okay, so as you press down a balloon, if you press or you put more pressure on a balloon, then the volume inside will decrease. Okay, and eventually it will pop. So what does this pressure and volume have in relation to? So pressure and volume have an inverse relation. So as pressure is increased, the volume decreased. Okay, so if volume is increased, the pressure will decrease. So same factor. So that means that the relationship between pressure and volume mathematically would be pressure is inversely proportional to our volume. That means as pressure increases, volume decreases. So this is an example of how a pressure volume diagram would look like. Ring a ding ding, ring a ding dong. Hello, how are you? Hope you're doing fine. Ring a ding ding. Yeah, so Boyle's law is pressure increase, volume decrease. Just imagine when you put on pressure with your balloon, as I have mentioned, the volume will decrease as you put more pressure in it, as you increase your pressure. Okay, so that is the relationship. So if you have volume and temperature, as volume is and temperature is increased, there is a direct relationship. So that means as temperature increase, the volume will also increase. So if, let's say, for example, you are heating or boiling water, if you would notice that it will increase in terms of height, though we know that actually it shouldn't be increasing in height, or there will be bubbles on top of it. That is because the gases or the particles also is being are moving, sorry. So as temperature increase, the volume also increase. All right, so that means that there is a direct relation between volume and temperature. So volume is directly proportional to our temperature. That means as temperature increase, volume decrease. Temperature increase, volume increase. Okay, so there is a direct relation. All right. And the last one is the relationship between pressure and temperature. The same thing, pressure and temperature. Hi, Bharat. Pressure and temperature has a direct relationship. That means as pressure increases, temperature also increases. So as you increase the temperature, the pressure, as you increase the pressure, the temperature would also increase. All right, so that is the same. So the only one that is different is the Boyle's law, the relationship between your pressure and your volume. Okay, so that's the only difference, but the rest is direct relationship. So if we would wrap it up, B pressure, sorry, not B, P pressure and volume is inverse in relationship. That's why you have P1 V1 equals P2 over V2. Okay, and then Charles' law, which is your volume temperature, you have V1 T1 equals V2 T2. And of course your pressure temperature, which is your Gay-Lussac's law, your Gay-Lussac's law will be pressure over pressure over temperature equals pressure over temperature on your final. All right, so that would be your relationship. Now in terms of solving, hi Nirda Agreste, how are you? Yeah, Marinette is here. I knew that there was I guessed her name, Eteniram, so I tried to read it opposite, Marinette. Okay, so let's apply what we have learned about the different law of gases. So for example, if 22.5 liters of nitrogen at 748 mmHg are compressed to 725 mmHg at constant temperature, what is the new volume? So first step, if you wanted to check or to solve gas law, first is you have to identify the givens. So the given here, you have 22.5, which is our first volume given. That's 22.5 liters. And then at a pressure of, so that's our pressure, okay, P1, which is 748 mmHg. Okay, and then you have another pressure, that's our pressure 2, 725 mmHg. At a constant temperature, what will be the new volume? So volume 2 is missing. So since volume 2 is missing, then what we need to do is apply what we have learned. So as I have mentioned, it's only pressure volume which is being multiplied. Temperature is always divided. So P1 V1 equals P2 V2. The first step that you have to do is rearrange the formula. So since we need V2, we have to transfer P2. So P2 is being multiplied to V2. So when you transfer, it becomes divided. So P1 V1, sorry, it looks like an R. P1 V1 over P2. All right, and then all you need to do is substitute. So P1 is 748 mmHg Okay, V1 is 22.5 liters. I hope it wouldn't be covered by my face. And then P2 will be 725 mmHg. Alright, so all you need to do is multiply 748. Hi Nirda. 748 times 22.5 divided by 725. Alright, so that will be our V2. So when you multiply 748 times 22.5 divided by 725, you will get a volume of 23.2 liters. So why is it liters? It's because mmHg cancels out. So since it's being cancelled out, so that will be our volume, 23.2. Cool? Okay, so that's how easy actually to solve gas laws. All you need to do is remember that temperature is the only one that's being divided. The rest is being multiplied. So pressure times volume, pressure divided by temperature, volume divided by temperature. Okay, let's try another one. Calculate the decrease in temperature. So decrease in temperature when the liters is 6 liters. Sorry, when the volume is 6 liters at 20 degrees Celsius is compressed to 4 liters. Okay, so what are the given? You have liters, so our V1, that is 6 liters, and then our T1 is 20 degrees Celsius. And as mentioned in the first few slides, for you to do gas laws, it should be at STP. So 20 liters needs to be converted to Kelvin, because Kelvin is the standard temperature unit. Okay, so temperature, which is 20 plus 273 to make it Kelvin, this will be 293 Kelvin. Okay, and then volume 2 is 4 liters, and then we're finding the decrease in temperature, T2. So then all you need to do is substitute. So V1 over T1 equals V2 over T2. Since we need T2, we need to cross multiply it. Cross multiply, you have, I hope there's enough space, V1 T2 equals V2 T1. And then you transfer V1 to the other side. So since V1 is being multiplied, you move it to the other side. It will be divided. So T2 is equal to V2 times T1 over V1. Then you need to substitute. V2 is 4 liters. T1 is 293 Kelvin divided by 6 liters. Okay, and of course, this will cancel out. Liters cancels out. So your unit will be in Kelvin. So 4 times 293 divided by 6, you will get 195.3 Kelvin. Okay, so that means that's your decrease of the temperature. So the temperature decreased from 293 to 195. Cool. I hope that you are able to understand our topic on gas laws. All right. Is there any question for gas laws? I will try to make a different video for gas laws to further explain and have more examples on it in one of my science discovery episodes about gas laws. And please do leave a comment if you have any other request for our science and maths, so that I could include it in our next live stream. Okay, cool. Any questions so far? Sorry. So just to recap before we proceed with our games, just to recap our gas laws, we have 3. Actually, we have more than 3 gas laws, but what we have discussed today is only the 3 gas laws. We have Boyle's law, which is the relationship between pressure and volume. So P1 V1 equals P2 V2. That means there is an inverse relationship. As pressure increase, volume decrease. And of course, our Charles' law, which is the relationship between volume and temperature. So as volume increases, temperature also increases. Okay? And then of course, our third law is Gay-Lussac's law, which is the relationship between pressure and temperature. So as pressure increases, temperature increases, or vice versa. As temperature increases, pressure would also increase. So these are the three laws. What's up, Korea? What's up? What's up? Hi, hello. So you have three different gas laws. Yay! Questions so far? Before we proceed with our game for tonight, I hope that you are excited. The game that we will be playing is called the 24 card game. So 24 card game is a card game. It's a card game where your target or your goal is to make a 24 as your final answer using only 4 cards. Okay, for the sake of those that will be joining us for the first time tonight on this game, and the winner for each round will get 10 pesos worth of load. Brought to you by GCash. It's possible by GCash. From where I am, I hope that you would be able to receive it, and GCash is not making any fuss tonight, because the other week that we had the 24 card game as well, or I mean the Kahoot, it wasn't able to send the load. Okay, I hope that I would be able to do that. All right, so the 24 card game, just to make a okay, so in our card, if you've been playing Tong Its, okay, if you've been playing Tong Its, Blackjack, and all those games, you have an A, and then 1, sorry, not 1, 2, see, that means I'm not playing 2 to 10, and then you have a Jack, a Queen, and a King. Gas law Embry is for, I think it's year 8 science, if I'm not wrong, year 8 or year 9 science. Okay, so 24 card game, your aim is to add, so you can use any of the operation, okay? Add, subtract, multiply, or divide. But you can only use one card at a time. You cannot repeat the cards, okay? You can use the cards once only. So A is 1, 2 to 10 are exactly the same number. Jack is 11, Queen is 12, King is 13. All right, cool. Can we start now? Yay, and the winner for each round will get 10 pesos worth of load. Brought to you by, we're not sponsored by GCash, but we're just having fun. All right, okay, are we ready? So for the first set of numbers, we have 9, 4, 3, and King. Again, King will be 13. King is 13. The first person to type in the answer will win the game, if it's correct, okay? Again, you can only use the card once, but you can use any of the operations, plus, minus, divide, or multiply, as long as the final answer is 24. Yay! Nine, 4, 3, and King is 13. You can do it. cool. I hope that 9, 4, 3, and king. King is 13. So what you need to do, Dexin, is just either add, multiply any of the cards, as long as you don't repeat the cards. And the final answer should be 24. That's why it's called 24 card game. Yay, come on, come on. 2 minutes more for this question. You can do it. Last 2 minutes for this. We will have 5 questions. I think 5 questions tonight. Yes. 5 or 4. Okay, Maha Blanca got 13 minus 9 is 4. 4 plus 4 is 8. And 8 times 3 is 24. Yes, that is right. That's correct, Maha Blanca. That is correct. You just won 10 pesos load. Please do type your number, Maha Blanca. Okay, I will proceed to the next question while Maha Blanca is typing her phone number. And I'll be sending you your 10 pesos load. Here is the next question. Yay! Again, Queen is 12. Okay, Jack is 11. Queen is 12 and Jack is 11. Maha Blanca, please send me your number. While the rest are thinking of the answer. Come on, you can do this. Okay, you saw how Maha Blanca answered it. So 13 minus 9 is 4. 4 plus 4 is 8. 8 times... Okay. Yes, Dexine, you can just write your answer as it is, even without following BODMAS, and BIDMAS, and then I will just write how it is on the screen. Okay, 12 minus 11 is 1. 1 plus 2 is 3. 3 times 8 is 24. Well done. Well done, Matthew. Well done, Matthew. Matthew, please send me your number. Maha Blanca, I just sent you your 10 pesos worth of load. I hope you have received it. All right, and the winner for this second round is Matthew. So please do send me your number. Okay, while Matthew is sending her number, Matthew is sending his number, we will proceed with the next question. Again, Jack is 11. Okay, Jack is 11. Matthew, please send me your number. You just won 10 pesos worth of load. Alright, got it. You can. Matthew is sleeping. Oh, so who's answering? I've sent you your load. I hope you receive it. Come on, let's give a chance to the rest. Again, I think you are now familiar of how the game would work. That means that you have to write down whatever is the operation. Any operation will do as long as it would be your final answer. Alright, okay. Okay. You have Come on. 11, 4, 5, 3. Okay, Maha Blanca got it. 5 minus 4 is 1. 1 plus 12 is 13. 13 times 2 is 26. 5 minus 3. Oh, okay. 5 minus 3. Murag PLDT, Onika. Hinay kayo ang connection. 5 minus 3 is 2. 2 plus 11 is 13. 13 times 2 is 26. No. Wrong. Again. Okay. Pagdayig ug pagsimba. Matthew. 11 minus 4 is 7. 7 plus 5 is 12. 12 times 2 is 24. Yes, that is correct. Okay, Matthew, would you be okay to share this round to Punini? Punini, let's wait for Matthew to reply. That's a good one, Onika. 11. Oh. Okay, thank you, Matthew. Punini, can you share me your number? Okay, please share me your number. We will proceed with the next question. All right. While Punini is sending me her number, the next question is 8672. Try it, Onika. It's 8672. That is so funny, Onika. Imong utok murag PLDT kung math. Basta math, mura na kag PLDT. Punini, can you send me your number? Okay, while you are thinking of the answer for 8, 6, 7, and 2. All right, I hope that you receive your load, Punini. I have just sent you your 10 pesos worth of load. I think this is the last question for tonight. 8, 6, 7, and 2. For those that are still on the stream, you might want to answer. All you need to do is for you to be able to, what's up? 7 minus 6 is 1. 1 plus 2 is 3. 3 times 8 is 24. Wow, well done. What's up? Yo, can you share me your number and I will send you your 10 pesos worth of load. You just won. What's up? What's up? Please share me your number and I will be sending you your 10 pesos worth of load. Okay, while what's up is what's up while what's up Korea is typing his or her number, we'll proceed with the next question. Yes, this is the last question. Yes, that's the last question. Yes, Marinette and Adrian, please try to answer this. This is for you. What's up? What's up, Korea? All right. I hope that you receive your 10 pesos worth of load. What's up, Korea? Please send me a thumbs up. Please send me a thumbs up if you have received your 10 pesos worth of load. This is the last question for tonight. Queen is a 12. Queen is a 12. Okay, 6, 12, 9, and 8. I hope you receive your 10 pesos worth of load. What's up, Korea? Please do. Yay! Well done. Wow, 12 minus 9. 12 minus 9 is 3. I think it should be 6 minus 3 is 3, and 3 times 8 is 24. 12 minus 9 is 3. 6 minus 3 is 3. 3 times 3 is 24. Well done, Nirda Agreste. You just won. And the final winner for tonight's live stream game is Nirda Agreste. Well done. Please do send me your number on the screen so that I could send you your 10 pesos worth of load. See how easy it is to I hope it's easy. How easy it is to get a free 10 pesos worth of load by just doing maths. Doing maths question, and it's just adding, subtracting, multiplying, and dividing. Yes, yeah, but 12 minus 9 is 3, so it should be 6 minus 3 is 9. It doesn't follow anymore. Supposedly it should be PEMDAS. Yes, well done. Nirda, can you send me your number? So 12 minus 9 is 3. 6 minus 3 is 3. And then 3 times 8 is 3. Okay, I just need to get the correct. Okay. Congratulations, Nirda Agreste. You just won 10 pesos worth of load. I hope you have received your load. Okay. And that is the end of our live stream tonight. I hope that you were able to enjoy, and not just enjoy and have fun answering the questions and winning some small prizes, but good prizes, but as well as actually learning something about our maths and science topics tonight. So just to recap, we have learned in maths linear inequalities with 2 variables. Please do not forget to do a test point for you to be able to know which side of the inequality to shade. And of course, we have learned in science the 3 gas laws. Yay! And of course, our 24 card game. Thank you. I think we have a new people who joined. Congratulations, what's up, Korea? Congratulations, Nirda Agreste. Congratulations, Matthew. Congratulations, Mahablanca, for winning the game tonight. And I hope that I will see you again next live stream next week. Same time, Tuesday, 7 p.m. Philippine time, Malaysia time, 7 p.m. And we will be learning a new topic in maths and science, and of course a game at the end, a 24 card game or Kahoot game, for you to be able to join our load of prizes. Yay! Thank you, everyone, and I hope that you were able to learn something new tonight. And as always, as Teacher Maria would say, please do live your life to the fullest and worth living. Learn something new every day, and I hope that you have learned something new today, and love one another as how our God loves us. God bless you, everyone. Have a wonderful evening and a blessed week ahead. Thank you. Bye, everyone. Thank you for joining me tonight. Bye. I hope that you were able to learn something new. See you next week for our next live stream. Same time, same channel, same face, same set of people. And I hope that you were able to, please do leave a comment if any requests for any topic that you want me to cover for our next live stream or any of my videos to be released. Thanks, everyone. Bye. Have a good night. Have a blessed night, everyone. God bless. Bye. Bye. Congratulations once again. Congratulations, everyone, for winning our 10 pesos worth of load. Yes. Bye.